Thank you.
We're live now, right? Good. Yes.
Okay, we're live.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the special meeting of the Liquor Control Commission for Monday, June 15th, 2020. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk Simpson, roll call, please.
Commissioner Vogel?
Here.
Commissioner Kruger?
Present.
Commissioner Rafato?
Here.
Commissioner Lang?
Here.
Commissioner Papantos? Commissioner Vito?
Here.
Chairperson Horker?
Here. You have before you the minutes of the special meeting of the Liquor Control Commission for May 18th, 2020. I need a motion for their approval.
So moved.
Motion, Commissioner Vogel, second.
Second.
I'll second.
Give that to Commissioner Rafato. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Vogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger?
Yes.
Commissioner Rafato?
Yes.
Commissioner Lang?
Yes.
Commissioner Papantos?
Yes.
Commissioner Vito?
Yes.
Chairperson Horker?
Yes. Citizen concerns and comments?
There are none.
Thank you, Clerk Simpson.
New business?
New business, item A.
Item A, consideration of request for a Class A liquor license for Mia's in Wheeling Incorporated, Mia's Cantina in the Wheeling Town Center.
Mr. Spondilis?
Thank you. As the title indicates, this is a request for a Class A liquor license for the hopefully soon to open Mia's Cantina in our new downtown district. Typically, a restaurant use would require a special use, but the special use was granted as part of the original documentation for the town center development. There are four conditions I would ask that any recommendation is based on. First, passage of an ordinance by the Board of Trustees authorizing the creation of a new Class A liquor license. Second, the submittal of a finalized floor plan. Third, submittal of Bassett certificates for all applicable individuals. And fourth, satisfactory background check results for all applicable individuals. Typically, the village board would add that license to our code during the next meeting, which would be the meeting that immediately follows this. In this case, we have separated the process so that tonight the Liquor Commission is potentially saying yes to the license, but you are not granting said license. So no liquor can be served at the business. The business is, we assume, 60 to 90 days away from opening. That's an estimate on our part because they're still in build out, but this allows the tenant to provide their landlord some forward motion as far as all of the paperwork on our end that they are moving forward. So the Liquor Commission, should you agree, is granting approval, but it will not be a granted license until the four conditions are met, one of which is that the board issues the license as part of a village board meeting. That is not on the docket this evening. Happy to answer any questions.
Questions from the commissioners? If you have any questions, wave. I don't see any waving. Petitioners are here. There are no questions. Do I have a motion for approval?
So moved.
So moved.
Vito?
Trustee Papantos, was that a motion or was that a question?
Motion.
Okay, but I got Trustee Kruger first, and then I got Trustee Vito, Commissioner Vito second. Sorry about that.
And just to be sure that that is a motion to approve condition upon the four items I listed.
Motion with conditions.
Second.
Okay, so it's Kruger and Vito?
Vito, yes.
Okay.
Roll call then, please.
Commissioner Vogel? Commissioner Vogel?
He said yes.
Commis-
Tom.
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Commissioner Raffato,
Yes.
Commissioner Lang,
Yes.
Commissioner Papantos,
Yes.
Commissioner Vito,
Yes.
Chairperson Horker.
Yes. We're going to be figuring this out about the time we won't have to do it anymore. That concludes, congratulations, thank you for coming. I'm glad you didn't have to speak. I'm sorry you didn't have to speak, whatever it was. That concludes the business for the Liquor Commission hearing for the evening. I need a motion for our adjournment, waive, or something.
So moved.
Motion, Commissioner Papantos, second Commissioner Raffato. All in favor, nod or wave or something?
Aye. Yes. Aye.
You got everybody there. Okay. Liquor Commission adjourned. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Village of Wheeling for June 15th, 2020. Clerk Simpson, roll call, please.
Okay. Trustee Vogel,
Present.
Trustee
You don't
Kruger,
have to stay.
Present.
Trustee Raffato,
Here.
Trustee Lang,
Here.
Trustee Papantos,
Present.
Trustee Vito,
Here.
President Horker.
Here. You should have before you the minutes of the regular meeting for June 1st, 2020. I need a motion for their approval. Anybody?
So moved.
Motion, Trustee Lang, second, Trustee Papantos. Roll call.
Trustee Vogel,
Yes.
Trustee Kruger,
Yes.
Trustee Raffato,
Yes.
Trustee Lang,
I think he said yes. I
he
saw
said
him.
yeah. Okay, Trustee Papantos,
Yes.
Trustee Vito,
Yes.
President Horker.
Yes. Any changes to the agenda?
There are no changes this evening.
Proclamations, Clerk Simpson.
Okay, Citizens Patrol 20-year anniversary, whereas the Citizens Patrol Group was created in May of 2000 and recently celebrated 20 years of success. Whereas the Citizen Patrol Group is composed of Wheeling resident volunteers who have graduated from the Wheeling Police Department's Citizens Police Academy. Whereas these volunteers donate their own time, vehicles, and gasoline as a community service to supplement the police department as extra eyes and ears on patrol in the village of Wheeling. Whereas the Citizen Patrol program has proven to be extremely beneficial to both businesses and residents in the community by reporting suspicious persons and vehicles in commercial, industrial, and residential areas, as well as reporting disabled vehicles with drivers in need of assistance. They also report safety hazards such as tree limbs down and streetlights that are burned out, helping keep people safe. Whereas the Citizen Patrol Group has contributed approximately 33,500 hours of volunteer time since its inception, has assisted with many village-sponsored events, and has received volunteer awards and recognition from the President of the United States, Illinois governors, as well as Illinois Senator Durbin. Therefore, Patrick Horker, President of the Village of Wheeling, does hereby extend sincere congratulations and gratitude to all members of the Citizen Patrol Group and wishes them many years of future success in giving back to their community.
Chief Dunn, you'll be here to collect the recognition? When, any idea when they will be meeting again, or?
When the governor says that a groups of 50 or more can get together, because we have a really large group.
That's excellent,
Thank
so
you.
thank them for their service. Okay, appointments and confirmations. So tonight we're going to reappoint several of our commissioners. I will be reading all of them unless somebody else wants to chime in. So appointments and confirmations, I would like to recommend to the board for reappointment of commissions Christine M. Malone to the Board of Health, Jeffrey Creech to the Planning Commission, Don Johnson to the Planning Commission, Joe Kalis to the Planning Commission, Michael Cohen to the Senior Commission, Mary Ann Marabella to the Senior Commission, Pat Miller to the Senior Commission, Jackie Portnoy to the Senior Commission. That concludes the reappointments. I need a motion for this action, for these reappointments.
So moved. Second.
Give the motion to trustee Rufato, the second to trustee Papantos. Roll call, please.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Rufato?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes, I also would like to make a second motion for a reappointment of Commissioner Ray Lang to the Airport Commission. I need a motion for that approval.
So moved.
Motion to trustee Jim Rufato, the second to trustee Mary Krueger. Roll call, please.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Rufato?
Yes.
Trustee Lang? Is abstain?
Yes.
You should abstain.
Okay, trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Abstain.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. Also this evening, it would be my pleasure to introduce Steve Berman. I'm recommending that Steve Berman be appointed to the Chicago Executive Airport Board of Directors. I need a motion for that appointment. I need a motion to appoint Steve Berman to the Chicago Executive Airport Board of Directors.
So moved.
Motion trustee Krueger, second trustee Papantos. Roll call, please.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Rufato?
Yes.
Trustee Lang? Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. Do you have the oath? We don't, so
I don't have the
we're
oath.
going to be doing a distancing thing. I would like to,
I don't have the oath here.
I don't, yeah, we
that's
were,
okay, but I'd still like Mr. Berman to come up and just say a few words if you, we're going to stay a few feet apart. Bear with us, everybody.
Cook and Lake, Constitution, what else you need to know? She's got the oath.
I promise.
Right, I promise. Cook and Lake,
That's the only thing I remember, Joe.
That's right.
Should be on.
Should be on. Want to thank you for volunteering to service to the community at the airport. It's a very important position, sometimes controversial. We can't have too many people here tonight, but who did you bring with you?
My wife.
Excellent. Want to say hi to your wife and anybody else, and I'd like to thank you for being here.
Thanks.
We're figuring this out as we go.
Yep, thank you. Just real quickly, I'm looking forward to representing Wheeling on the Chicago Executive Board and making sure that there is inclusiveness and transparency to the best of my ability. Thanks.
Thank you. Elaine will be in touch with you about the oath and the certificates and all that stuff.
Okay.
And thanks for coming.
Thank you.
I'd like to thank Mary Krueger for her time in assisting with the interviews and all of you for your participation as well. Really, sincerely, thank you all. Clerk Simpson, citizen, pardon?
President Harker?
Trustee Papantos.
Thank you. I just want to thank everybody who's re-upping and taking their time, and welcome Mr. Berman. You know, it's a lot of time for individuals to put in. And, you know, it's great to see people who want to keep coming back. They don't give up after just one term. So thank you all.
Thank you, Trustee Papantos. Clerk Simpson, citizen concerns and comments?
There are none.
All right. Should bring us to the consent agenda.
Ready?
Oh, staff reports, wait. Chief McGreal. Unfortunate incident, do you want to?
Yeah, I just wanted to recognize some of the group from the fire department for an incident we had last Friday. Friday around 9 o'clock, police and fire received a call for injured workers at a water tank at 702 North or Wolf Court. And on arrival, the group found they had 6 workers in the tank, elevated about 100 feet up in the air. 3 of the firefighters in general. I'd like to recognize our Lieutenant Vito Lancelotti, firefighter paramedic Nick Temesco, and firefighter paramedic Steve Scheffler. They got off the rig, they assessed the situation, they started a 100-foot climb with 70 pounds of gear, and the tank gets pretty hot because they were sandblasting and painting the inside of the tank. There was no water in the tank at the time. Found out the workers either there was a malfunction in their equipment or possibly that the scaffolding gave way and they fell. One guy swung on his lanyard and smashed into the side of the tank, and the other one fell to the floor below. So they had to climb up to the bottom of the tank basically and then perform a really tricky, really technical rope rescue. Because not only did they have to assess the situation, they had to join with a couple other team members, form a rope rescue to lower both injured workers down. One, so you don't hurt them worse, and you had to do it pretty quickly in order to get them to the hospital. They were joined by, just by happenstance, I think if you saw the report, all the team members for Division 1, which comprises about 14 different towns, all the way out to Hoffman Estates, to Schaumburg. They form a mutual aid box alarm system technical rescue team. And they were drilling in Arlington Heights at a trench drill. So they had all their equipment, all their trucks, all their stuff. So they showed up very quickly, and then they joined the group in the tank and then performed this. And it was a job well done by everybody. Good coordination with Public Works, police, and then we know that the cause is still being investigated. But I felt that we needed to recognize that group. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. So 14 towns, and they all train for incidences
Yes,
where they
train
have to
for
work
this.
together?
Yeah. What it is the state of Illinois is broken up into mutual aid box divisions, and there's 70 divisions in the state. We happen to be Division 1. And they train above ground, below ground, there's collapse, heavy rescue, so.
Excellent. Thank you very
And
much.
that's why we train. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. There are no other staff reports. Clerk Simpson, consent agenda?
Consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the village board and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a board member or citizen so requests, in which event the items will be removed from the general order of business and considered after all other agenda items. 11A, resolution authorizing the adoption of revisions to the personal policy manual for the Village of Wheeling. 11B, resolution indicating continued consent of a Cook County Class 6B real estate tax assessment classification for the property located at 567 Northgate Parkway, 707 Northgate Parkway to the Village of Wheeling, Illinois. 11C, ordinance amending Chapter 4.32 of the Village of Wheeling's Municipal Code, alcoholic liquor dealers, specifically Section 4.32.085, to increase the authorized number of Class B and D liquor licenses and to decrease the authorized number of Class A-V, B-V, D-4, and M liquor licenses.
If we have no questions or comments about the consent agenda, I need a motion for their approval.
So moved.
Motion, trustee Papantos, second.
Second.
Trustee Vogel, thank you. Roll call, Clerk Simpson.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Rafato?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. That brings us to new business.
New business, 13A, ordinance granting a rezoning from the I-1 light industrial and office, I-2 limited industrial, and I-3 general industrial zoning districts to the I-1 light industrial and office zoning districts for 1400 South Wolf Road, docket number 2020-8.
Mr. Spondilis.
Thank you. In brief, this is the consolidation of what is currently 3 separate zoning classifications on a single property. We are asking that it be rezoned to a single zoning district, which is I-1, which is the most restrictive. Based on history of the process and current use, there has never been any need for a more generous zoning district, meaning I2 or I3. There has never been an industrial use. This is general office and educational uses currently and expected. The Plan Commission did review the request and unanimously recommended its approval. And again, this is simply the consolidation of 3 zones into one, which is the most appropriate use, I1, and the property owners are on our WebEx meeting, should you have any questions.
Any questions or comments from the trustees? I see many negative shaking of heads. If there are no questions or comments, I need a motion for the approval.
So moved.
Motion, trustee Papantos.
Second.
Second, trustee Raffato. Roll call.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Raffato?
Yes.
Trustee Lang? Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Zavel.
Item 13B,
Yes.
ordinance granting special use approval for a sit-down restaurant at 371 West Dundee Road, Arctic Spoon, docket number 2020-11.
Mr. Spondulis.
Thank you. This is the second announcement of progress at our town center development. First, we had Mia's Cantina during the Liquor Commission, and now Arctic Spoon. As the title indicates, this is a special use for an ice cream shop. Specifically, Arctic Spoon is a non-traditional ice cream shop offering handcrafted, made-to-order rolled ice cream using the freshest ingredients. Customers receive the full experience of watching their ice cream being made from a homemade liquid base into its solid form using cold pans reaching minus 20 degrees. The business also offers made-to-order fresh smoothies and handcrafted specialty drinks such as bubble tea and bubble egg waffles. This item did go before the Plan Commission last week, received unanimous approval, and its use is consistent with the MXT zoning. There will be no exterior changes to the site. You see a photo of the specific storefront before you, and I believe that the petitioner is on our WebEx should you have any questions for them.
Trustee Papantos.
Hi, thank you for joining us. Just 2 real quick questions. Once this is approved, how long do you think it will be before you can open? Because I'm sure there's a lot of people who are anxiously awaiting something different. And will you have outside seating on a regular basis, at least during the summer months?
Mr.
Yeah,
Tran,
great question. This is Vince Tran. Can you guys hear me?
but we
Yes.
cannot see.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure in my camera here. 1 second.
It's okay, you can present.
hear you.
I think that's an internal issue.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah, in my kitchen. The first question, I believe, we're actually just started our build out. So we're anticipating mid-August opening. A little bit past the summer peak season, but I think we'll be okay. And then we also do have 4 tables in the outside seating area.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments from the trustees? If there are no other questions or comments, I need a motion for the approval.
So moved.
Motion, trustee Vogel, second.
Second.
Trustee Krueger, roll call, please.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Raffato?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes, congratulations, Mr. Tran. Good luck. Look forward to it.
Thank you, everyone.
Item 13C, ordinance amending Title 19 zoning of the Wheeling Municipal Code, Section 19.13.040, Village Zoning Administrator and Associate Sections in order to modify procedures and eligible actions for administrative variations, docket number 2020-13.
Mr. Ferrolo.
Thank you, President Horker. Before you tonight is an ordinance that includes a text amendment to the administrative variation section of the zoning code in order to expand the eligible items for administrative variations. The Planning Commission unanimously recommended this change. The text amendment adds to the list of actions eligible for an administrative variation a temporary administrative variation to allow for construction staging during public construction projects. That would include state projects, IDOT projects, county projects, or village projects. The temporary administrative variation associated with this text amendment would be allowed in a mixed-use zone, a commercial zone, in an industrial zone, or the airport zoning district. There is a procedure involved with the administrative variation. When an administrative variation is requested, it would go to the zoning administrator, who has the right to approve this without taking it to the Plan Commission or the Village Board. Before that happens, there's notice required to adjacent property owners. There's a comment period that consists of 14 days where adjacent property owners can register objections. To the extent an objection is sent to the village in writing, the zoning administrator loses the authority to approve the administrative variation, and the application would then go to the Plan Commission for consideration in a public hearing. This process will expedite the process and application process necessary to allow for this kind of a use. IDOT currently is staging construction equipment on village-owned property relating to the project, the reconstruction of Lake Cook and Wolf Road. We believe this is a good change that will facilitate public projects, and it's temporary in nature. I can answer any questions.
So it is temporary, and I'm going to jump in up front here. So it is temporary, so it's nothing permanent, but also if their public notice has to go out, and if anybody complains, then it has to go through the whole public process.
Correct.
So everybody has the power to stop it.
That's exactly right. And our zoning administrator also has the authority to impose conditions on the grant of this temporary variation, which can include hours of operation. It can also include other site planning type conditions relating to how the staging will be achieved.
Thank you, Mr. Ferrolo.
Sure.
Questions from the trustees? Trustee Papantos?
Thank you. I just want to clarify the zoning administrator. It's not a title we typically use here. Would that be the Director of Community Development, or?
It is the Director of Community Development. The Director of Community Development also has the title of zoning administrator under our code.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? If there are none, I need a motion for approval. Trustee Rufato, I saw your hand move.
Second.
Trustee Vogel, roll call, please.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Rufato?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. Item D, Clerk Simpson.
Item D, resolution authorizing an amendment to the contract with WB Olson Incorporated for construction management, general contractor services for the construction of Fire Station 23 at a price not to exceed $30,382.
Mr. Spondilis.
Thank you. Specifically, this is an amendment to an existing contract, but I'd also like to take the opportunity to provide an update to the project. So a little bit of background, as everyone is aware, the reconstruction of Station 23, which is located at Wheeling and Hintz, was slotted and approved for demolition and a rebuild as part of the 2020 fiscal year capital improvement projects budget. Since the first of the year, staff has been working with an architect, 845 Design, as well as a construction firm, WB Olson, in order to bid the project with the goal of coming to the board with a GMP, a guaranteed maximum price. at which point the board would be able to finalize the project and a shovel would go in the ground. So up until that point, and including where we are now, there is preparation for the construction of a building, but not yet full approval. Until the board approves a GMP, there will not be a shovel in the ground. Before you this evening is an agenda to the existing contract that the village already has with WB Olson for the services of bidding out MEP construction. MEP is mechanical, electrical, and plumbing trades. We had anticipated using a third party to do that. However, the architect and the construction managers, along with our fire chief, through some great effort from the fire chief, were able to bring it in-house. So instead of paying another firm what we expect to be probably double this amount, so $60,000, we are able to handle it mostly in-house with existing contractors. So we are adding $30,000 to the existing WB Olson contract in order to save $60,000 that would have been paid to a third party for the same services. Again, that is the bidding of MEP trades, mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. So, should this amendment be approved, we expect then that the next 30 to 45 days will be spent, actually I guess I should say 60 days, will be spent bidding and vetting contractors in order for WB Olson to come to a guaranteed maximum price, which will be brought to the village board for a decision to be made as to whether to move forward with the project. As a reminder, this project is already fully funded, but of course we want to make sure that we are moving forward with the best information possible, particularly concerning our current economic status of the unknown when it comes to the effects of the pandemic. By that time, I think we will have some better footing as to, of course, where we are, but also how bad it was, and perhaps a bit of a taste of how the recovery has begun if we're talking about a month and a half in the future. So I hope that that provides at least a little bit of background and where the project is moving and why this amendment is necessary at this time.
Mr. McGreal, did you, I'm sorry, Chief McGreal, did you have something to add?
No, I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you.
So we know that there's already savings set up for this. Do we have questions from the trustees? No questions. Excellent. Motion for approval.
So moved.
Moved.
Was it Trustee Vito, I heard first, and Trustee Papantos can have the second. Roll call, please.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Krueger?
Yes.
Trustee Rafato?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Any official communications from anyone far and wide? Trustee Papantos?
Thank you. I just wanted to say great job to Wheeling Fire Department and thank not only everybody there, but all of the surrounding towns who showed up. I don't think they knew how much work was going to be done, whether or not they would be needed, but it's great to know that we have a system available that they can assess and help when needed. And from what I read in the paper, the two gentlemen, I just read it this afternoon, have already been released from the hospital. So great job, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Papantos. Any other questions or comments?
Nice to see kids on that field over there. A little change of pace out at Heritage Park. It's nice to see
Excellent.
people out and living again.
Well, hopefully if we keep moving forward, maybe one day we'll have festivals again.
Yeah.
And shake hands. If there are no other questions or comments, I would like to thank everyone for their participation. Thank you, Trustee Krueger, for helping with the interviews. It's nice to have a second party there. We have before you the bills of May 28th through June 10th, 2020. I need a motion for their approval.
So moved.
Motion, trustee Vogel, second, trustee Kruger. Roll call, please.
Trustee Vogel?
Yes.
Trustee Kruger?
Yes.
Trustee Rufato?
Yes.
Trustee Lang?
Yes.
Trustee Papantos?
Yes.
Trustee Vito?
Yes.
President Horker?
Yes. We have no executive session tonight, so that concludes our regular business. I need a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
So,
Motion, trustee Vito. We'll give that second to trustee Papantos. All in favor?
Aye.
You can just keep your cameras going if you're not. Thank you all. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all.
Good night.
Bye.